Welcome, Gemini. Welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle, or welcome back if this is your second time here, or third, or fourth. Great to have you here. I will be doing your October 2020 general tarot reading, and I apologize that I am a few days late now. This month has just snuck up on me, but hopefully this video finds you well and happy and prosperous and making the best of this strange year. As usual, I like to light a candle for all of you when I start my reading. I am going to do a little prayer. So I pray that you are happy, that you're healthy, that all your best wishes are coming true, and that you and your loved ones are safe. And this prayer applies to all who clicked on this video today. Okay? I'm just going to put this aside. And for those of you who don't have the patience to sit through all this shuffling and setup, it is going to be a little bit of a complicated setup today. I'm doing a fun new reading style. I will put the timestamp down below, and I will not be offended if you just want to click right there to the start of the reading. But I do like to have you here with me when I do the shuffling, or at least sort of. I don't know. It just feels more, authentic that way. I'm trying to kind of tune in to whoever is clicking on this video in the future. So, messages for Gemini. For October 2020, what do my twins need to know? Oh, this is popping up, hey? 10 of Pentacles. I like it. I like it. Very prosperous energy this month. We'll see if that comes up again in your reading. I'm just going to make a note of it. For Gemini, October 2020. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a brother who is a Gemini, so hopefully everything is great. So the top line, we're using the cat tarot, a little bit of cat therapy. And the middle line, I'm going to be using my unicorn playing card deck. Oops. Oh, look at that. We've got the 7 of Hearts. We've got the 4 of Clubs coming up. Somebody may be thinking about a home, thinking about some new options, making some changes in the home. Some of you are trying to figure out who to marry. Totally different message, eh? Okay. Let's see about that. Messages for Gemini. Okay, that was a mess. One card just popped out. What was this? 6 of Swords. Some of you are moving to calmer waters, putting some past transgressions behind you. Not necessarily. It's better. Very jumping cards today. All right, for Gemini, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I like when my unicorns are upright. I told you this was going to take a minute. I'm not kidding. Okay, and for the last line, I'm going to be using my Alice in Wonderland tarot. And make sure they're right side up. All right, messages for Gemini, for my Gemini twins, October 2020. What do they need to hear this month? What do they need to be aware of? For Gemini, please, October 2020. Feels good. And I did pre-shuffle before the reading, but again, I still like to do a little shuffling with you all here. Okay. I'm going to fix this hot mess of a layout so it looks like a pretty rainbow and not a giant jumbly mess. I read, I think it was on Quora, if you feel depressed, you should draw a rainbow. So I'm not actually drawing a rainbow, but I'm sort of trying to make my cards look like a rainbow. I'm not depressed, but every little bit helps. You know what I mean? So somebody need to hear that. More rainbows. You need more rainbows in your life. And I'm loving this deck because the unicorn has this like rainbow hair. So, and it's unicorns, right? So, I mean, you've got the double whammy of the unicorn and the rainbow effect. So hopefully that helps if somebody needs that. Okay. Today, I'm going to be looking at your present energy, your recent past influences or events that are still affecting you, your motivations, your future energy, and as well as some advice. Okay, so let's look at door number 1. We have the High Priestess. We have the Jack of Diamonds. And we have the Tower card. Wow. Okay. So You Gemini are feeling especially intuitive this month with the High Priestess in your energy. I'm also getting a sense of like a choice, some sort of choice that needs to be made because of the 2 right smack dab in the middle. You may be having like a very strong gut feeling. You may be much more in tune with that than you normally are. It's also October, so it's the veil between the spirit world and the human world is especially thin at this time. So don't be surprised if you're vibing more than usual. You may even be having dreams that are giving you messages or maybe even like a bit prophetic, So if you have a dream about a loved one and that is concerning, like please reach out to them, and listen to that inner voice. If you have a bad feeling about someone, like listen to that too. Do you know what I mean? Like trust your gut more so than what people are saying to you this month. There could be something shocking, could be a shocking revelation or a shocking development, or you may be doing something that shocks people in terms of like a decision that you're making. I'm also getting the sense, Gemini, you've got some entrepreneurial energy about you. For some of you, you may be getting good news about money and maybe something that shocks you. But for others, I really get the sense that you're doing something entrepreneurial. You may be starting a new business or maybe working on a new business, working hard, but it's something really shocking and something really outside of the box, something people do not see coming. But it's something that in your heart and in your gut is the right thing to do. I'm also kind of getting the sense of like karma in some way, like something that you're doing is like getting you a payback somehow. I don't know. There's like a come up feeling just from this particular Tower card, because this is the scene in, I think it would actually be in Through the Looking Glass, but I might be wrong. Alice gets really big. All of a sudden she gets really big and she's sort of tumbling through the rabbit hole. And there's this white rabbit here, and at some point in the story, she runs into the rabbit when she's small, and she's trying to ask him for help, but he's like, I'm late, and he doesn't stop and help her. And then here he is, like just relaxing in this cucumber, it's like a cucumber greenhouse or something. So he wasn't really in a hurry at all. He's actually just chilling here. And now that she's big, she doesn't mean to, but she kind of lands on him and she sort of breaks the cucumber tray and like rustles up this rabbit who was having a really nice time, and now all of a sudden he has to kind of jump up and he lands on his butt. So there is a little bit of karma, because like it's not that Alice means to hurt the rabbit, but it's like the rabbit could have helped her and he didn't, and then he gets knocked out of his relaxing little sojourn that he's having. So it's sort of like I don't want to say revenge, but it feels like that. You know what I mean? It feels like somebody got their come-upon-its. I don't know what that means for you, Gemini, but I feel like I'm also getting a sense of like living well is the best revenge, and you could be having like your own karma, just in the sense of improving your situation. And if you have some sort of hater in your midst, they may be watching you and seeing that you've got this shocking new development, but that's like really cool and is really going well for you, and it's kind of giving them a little tad of envy, I don't know what that means for you. We're going to get a little bit more information. Okay, let's look at your recent past influences. I've got the Devil, and it's a dog in this deck because it's the cat tarot. So the Devil is a dog. I get that might mean something for some of you. We get the King of Hearts, and we've got the Fool. Interesting. So this could be a person. For some of you, the King of Hearts could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person, a man, or somebody with this like male energy around them. It's somebody who is very deep, very wise. This is a good person to talk to, the King of Hearts. It's somebody who like has been around the block enough in their own life, or even if they haven't, like they're very well read. They're very interested in feelings and going deep. It's not somebody who's very superficial. Like you can almost talk to them about anything and they're not going to be shocked. They're not going to overreact. Like really good person to have on your side. Or this could have been your energy recently, right? Like of sort of maturing emotionally. There's a brand new beginning. And so, and maybe this has to do with your Jack of Diamonds in the present. You may have started something recently something brand new that you felt incredibly enthusiastic about, and you're still working on that in the present. You may have some shocking development about that happening now, but this is very optimistic. They're setting there's like taking a chance on something that's totally different and just working with what you got. You may have just like the basics and you're just able to make it work. You got the sun shining on you. You have everything you need. You got your hedgehog, your coffee, your cheese, and you're just going for it, right? With the Mad Hatter here. It's cute. Here, I'll let you take a look at that card so you can think about what it means to you. Now, the devil here showing up in your recent past, I'm not getting a super negative vibe from it, but I am sort of getting the sense of somebody who isn't necessarily thinking through all the consequences of their action, like somebody who's kind of diving in head first just because it did show up with the Fool. And you may be sort of dealing with that now in the present, like all the little details that you didn't necessarily think about recently when you dove into this new project, whatever it was, and you're kind of learning some things the hard way. But I'm also getting the sense of somebody who's really ambitious. So the devil energy can be used for good. If you are really ambitious and you're just like, no, I'm going to make this work, no matter what, just be sure you're not, stepping on anybody's toes in the process. But in this deck, I got to say, I don't get a bad vibe off of the devil card. I feel like there's this dog here who just wants to jump into something, just wants to jump on someone. And he's not thinking about whether he's got mud on his paws or whether like the person he's playing with is allergic to dogs. He's just, there's just sort of this blind ambition and this playful energy and this just like, I want what I want and I've got all the energy and I'm going for it, right? You could have also been dealing with a Capricorn, right? This card is associated with Capricorn. For some of you, and this isn't really what initially came to mind. It felt like it was work related. Like when I first pulled these cards, that like a lot of you, like I said, have sort of jumped into this new endeavor. But for others, it could be about some addictions or some codependency that you're dealing with. Some of you may have been smoking too much pot. Some of you have been drinking too much, kind of thing. And with the devil followed by the King of Hearts, followed by the Fool, it's almost like you decided recently to nip that right in the bud, no pun intended. Like, I know that, with this pandemic and with all the lockdowns and everything, people who are dealing with addictions or who have been dealing with addictions have been having an especially hard time because it's really boring to be stuck inside all day, and it's all too easy to just drink too much wine or to start smoking again or whatever your issue is that you're doing, right? It couldn't even if you don't have an addiction, it could just be like negative thinking patterns, like that kind of thing. The devil represents those things that hold us back. And I know it's like the world at large is dealing with this. So it's not you specifically, Gemini, right? A lot of people have been dealing with this. So I kind of see like for some of you, it could have been that things sort of came to the head that you were like, okay, I got to deal with this. I can't let this drinking get out of control, or this smoking, or this like depressive thinking, or whatever it is. And you've kind of come into this energy of the King of Hearts, which is, like I said, like maturing, being like, I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to be sensible here and I'm going to focus on my good feelings. And I may be starting on a new health plan or a new fitness plan or like a new diet, or just like trying to kind of wipe the slate clean. So some of you have recently quit something or just kind of committed to living your life in a healthy and balanced way. So I see this as being potentially really positive, right? Whatever it is. I mean, the Fool is a very, very positive card. So that's interesting. Would be curious to know what that is. But if you don't want to tell me, that's okay. It's your personal business. I want to look at what's motivating you. There it is again. The 10 of Pentacles. You've got money on your mind and your money, and your money on your mind. Page of Oysters, which is actually, the Page of Pentacles, which is the Jack of Diamonds. So same card here twice. So definitely getting that entrepreneurial spirit here. The Queen of Clubs would be equivalent to the Queen of Wands. It's all about ambition. You are feeling very ambitious and just want to make that money. You want to be able to support your family, figurative or real family, whether you got kids or not. Maybe you have pets. Maybe you have dogs. Some of you have dogs. Some of you have cats. Some of you have roommates. Some of you just want to be the ruler of your own domain. You don't really want to be working for anybody else. You may be absolutely sick of that. Some of you may be like presently or this month about to quit a job or about to get fired from a job. And you may have been working on this side thing kind of in the background. And that might suddenly, become your main focus, right? For some of you, not all of you, but the tower thing is here. So you never know. Tower is like anything can happen. Something shocking, something revealed, somebody getting, kicked out of their roost. I don't know what that is, but you are feeling incredibly ambitious and you're wanting to make that money and you're wanting to show the world what you're made of. And I like it. I like it a lot, Gemini. I want you to go for it. I hope you're incredibly successful. Let's look at what's coming into your near future energy. And again, it's just a tarot card reading. It's just for your own entertainment. And I don't predict the future in case I haven't made that clear by now. 5 of Diamonds, Knight of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. So you may be dealing with an opponent this month. I would be careful with this. I do think you do have at least one supportive relationship in your corner, maybe more. You may have a couple of supporters. Just be aware of that. There's somebody coming into your near future, and it could be you. This could be your energy, Gemini. You could be feeling a little bit reckless or like a little bit fighty, like a little bit argumentative. And just be aware of that. You don't want to like burn any bridges. And people are a little tense these days. You know what I mean? Like it's obviously a lot going on. And you might want to just kind of be careful with your words. Like if you're, starting arguments for no reason or bringing up strong opinions, like be aware that people may be a little more sensitive than usual. And things can kind of quickly spiral out of control with the Tower card and with the 5 of Swords here. I would just be really cautious. I would stick with your tried and true friends and not necessarily, go out of my way to mingle in circles of people that have very strong opinions that are very different than yours, right? Like if you don't have to hang out with them, like maybe don't. I don't know. Just be aware of this reckless energy that, it could just kind of bite you in the butt. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm thinking of a dog again. Some of you have dogs. Maybe because my brother has all these dogs. One of them bit me once. I don't know. Just be aware of that. Try not to be reckless and do make time for your friends. You've got some supportive friends who are going to be there for you through thick and through thin. And I think you need to make time for them. I need you to hang out with them. You can wear masks. You can be socially distanced. We can still see our friends, okay? Limit of 10. I don't know where you live. There are different rules everywhere you go, but this is not a time to be ignoring your friends. So even if you just make time for them on Zoom, or a phone call, I think it'll really make a difference and will remind you that you're not, all alone in this world. I do see the 5 of Swords again, so I can't stress that enough, but I feel like I already have, so like I don't want to, beat a dead horse here. What an awful saying. Ugh, I'm going to kick that out of my vocabulary. So yeah, be really careful with your words. And maybe I said that for a reason. Don't beat a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've already kind of had a fight with somebody in the past, don't like go back and rehash it, and don't go back and like rehash it in your mind either. I feel like this is a message I've been getting for a lot of people. So maybe it's just like the collective, because a lot of us are spending a lot of time on our own and locked up inside. And it's really easy to get into this like crazy thinking, this ruminating and sort of like going down a dark road with our thoughts, and that's not healthy. It doesn't help the present. All it does is rob from the present. So if you did have a falling out with someone and you find yourself like rehashing it in your mind a lot, like the Knight of Swords can be about somebody wanting to get revenge about a situation, or like wanting to go back and like, oh, this is what I should have said. You know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. So be aware of that. You need to put that to rest. And there's a real need for healing here with Temperance. This also, again, like it could have to do with some addictions or some, even just like overeating, right? Eating too much sugar or like wheat or something that just doesn't make you feel good. You want to be feeling your best. When you're feeling your best in your body, you're going to feel your best mentally. You're going to do your best work. You're going to have more energy. It's all good. I'm not going to tell anybody how to live or whether to drink or not drink or smoke pot or do whatever, or like eat whatever you want. You know what I mean? But you know what makes you feel good. And, it's worth, reconsidering your options in that sense if you haven't been doing what's best for you. You may want to start a new exercise regime in your home, right? Like I've started doing handstands every day here and doing cartwheels, every week. I try to kind of hit this like max number, and it's such a simple little thing. I don't actually need that much room to do them, but it makes me feel really good. It's fun. It brings some blood to my head and to my hair. It's good for my skin. And that's been like a really great way to kind of wake up my body and mix up my day and, wake me up in the morning. And so, every now and then I have to get up from what I'm doing. I obviously spend a lot of time sitting, doing these videos and also some other work that I do from home. But every now and then I have to kind of get up from here and I go in my living room and I've got this special little spot where I do handstands and I do cartwheels. And honestly, like I'm not like the fittest person in the world, but mentally it has such a profound effect on me. So I'm not saying you have to do cartwheels or handstands, although I obviously highly recommend them. But whatever it is that's healthy for you, I think it's going to be really, really beneficial this month, especially with all this like swords energy that's going on here. Like do something that makes you feel fun and healthy and good in your body and mix it up. If you find yourself going down this like negative path with your mind or wanting to like start a fight with somebody or something, or starting a fight with yourself, like in the kitchen for no reason because you're alone, which I have a tendency to do. I don't know why, like just get into arguments with myself or try to like bring up some past event and rethink it. And you know what? It's not helpful. It's not helping anybody. Like you need to stop that. If this even applies to you, I don't know. Maybe this reading is for me, not for you. But somebody out there needed to hear this. So I recommend you do a cartwheel. I recommend you mix it up. I recommend you put on some disco music or whatever moves you and just be silly and have fun and do some healing. You may like to light candles. You may want to burn some sage. You may want to take a salt bath, and put some bubbles in there. Whatever heals you. It's a great time to go for a nature walk as well. And I see a lot of nature in this card. It feels more summery. We are at the end of summer, of course. We're officially in fall, but there is still a lot of green vegetation out there and the starting to turn of the leaves. That didn't make any sense. You know what I mean, the turning of the leaves. It's all really beautiful. If you can take a walk in a park, it will be just really healing for your soul. The Four of Swords is also telling me that you need to get more rest. So some of you aren't sleeping enough, and that's really affecting your mental space as well. You can see my upside down cat here having some rest. Just get more sleep, Gemini. It is important. It will heal you. And as I said earlier, you may be getting messages in your dreams. Your dreams may have a lot to tell you, to teach you. So go to bed earlier. Do whatever you need to do to get to sleep. I take melatonin. That's not medical advice for you to take it, but it works for me. I take it really early, like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, so that I get to bed by like 9 or 10 and it's, kicked in and it's worn off enough in the morning that I don't feel groggy. Again, not medical advice. You do what's good for you. But sleep is really important, and it is going to be really important this month so that you can do your best work. And I'm really excited to know what it is that you're working on. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but it'd be cool if you did. I don't know. I'm going to get an oracle card for you to close out this reading. This is from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle. And I love it. Oh, well, that one just came right out. Well, let's see what it is. Get grounded. Wow. Okay. I love this. And I feel like it's right on point. It says empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. And I really got that message with temperance here as well. And the message about somebody being extra empathic, like with the high priestess, absolutely right on the head. Okay, I'll let you look at this. Can you see that? I see somebody connecting with nature. I see a lot of roses. I see some like orbs around this person. Almost like there's like spirit guides, like okay, not everybody believes in spirit guides, but whatever, if you do, if you don't. There may be, people that you've been really close with who have passed on to the other side, who are trying to communicate with you this month. They may be trying to guide you, trying to help you get healthier, or trying to give you ideas about something that's going to make you really successful, just to help you, So be open to it. And I see like an old face here too, like almost like a grandparent that may be watching over you and wanting to help you. Anyway, it's beautiful. I feel like there's two cards here. Is there? Sticky? Sticky. What is this? Why would this be sticky? What is happening? There we go. The initiation rite of passage and crossing the threshold. Wow. This is incredible. I've never seen this card before. Maybe because it was kind of stuck to that other card for whatever reason. But I see a really dark outside world and then this cave that's leading to this like really beautiful, colorful other world, you know? And I see lightning. And, you know, this is making me think of the tower that I pulled for you earlier in your present. And, you know, the tower card shows up when some situation needs to be removed from your life, or when you need to be removed from some other situation, or when something shocking, some shocking revelation is happening. We usually see lightning in the tower card. That's why it made me think of that. So it's like there's something shocking, so either some massive change or some upheaval or some revelation that's happening in your month. It's happening in your world this month. And it's bringing you somewhere else. Like it might not be apparent immediately. What is this secret thing here off in the distance? Like people or crystals? I don't know. It's really cool. I just love the imagery in this card. But just know that whatever is happening this month that's going to play out differently for other people, it's meant for your highest good. It's going to lead you to a place in your life that is much better than what you've currently been going through. If you have been dealing with some darkness in your life and you deal with some massive upheaval or something really shocking happens, just trust that in the end, it will be for your greatest good. Okay, so Gemini, I hope that was helpful, or at the very least entertaining. And I want to thank you for joining me here on my channel. It's been great having you, and I hope to see you again really soon. And I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great October. And if I don't see you again before then happy Halloween. Okay, bye.